In a city called Jaye, there lived a couple who have been married for 6 years. Their marriage is known to be a unhappy one only because of one problem: no child. And this made Josh, the husband, change his character and attitude towards his wife, Nneka. Josh is known to be a patient man, but this time, patient is running out of his time. For 6 years, no child, and the marriage was becoming boring and less fun. Most times, Josh wouldn't eat at home, and most times their cooked food got spoiled, and this became a problem for Nneka. And when she confronted her husband about it, his response was terrible.
Josh, for the past 1 week now, you have not been eating in this house, and the food are becoming spoiled. You don't tell me if you will eat or not.
Are you okay? I should tell you before I eat in my own house. Am I not the one paying for the food?
I just want you to let me know whenever you don't feel like eating in the house so that I don't make much food.
Please let me be. You are making me to feel uncomfortable. And after that moment, Nneka went to their bedroom and started crying and asking herself, what have become of him? What have I done to deserve this? How come I didn't notice the first time? Maybe I would have been able to change him. He used to be a sweet husband. Josh is a wealthy man. He works in one of the best companies in Jaye City, and he is the assistant manager, second in command after the manager. His co-workers and staff at work would question him most times about why he is not yet ready to birth a child. And these questions made him so depressed, and he would try as much as possible not to tell them the truth about his wife, because he blamed his wife and he thinks she is the cause of it. He even thinks it's his wife village people that are causing the problem for them. Whenever Josh closed from work, he would visit a restaurant close to his workplace and eat there before he go back home. And some days, he would even go back home late and drunk, thinking he married the wrong woman. And one night, he got home late and it was a problem. Josh knocked on the door so hard and the noise can be heard from 3 blocks away. Nneka rushed to the door quickly and said,
"Who is there? Do you want to fall my door with your knock?"
And as she opened the door, Josh grabbed her immediately and said, "Why did you lock me outside my own house? A house that I built myself. Tell me, you barren woman." And he pushed her away and she fell on the couch. And Josh said, "You ungrateful woman." Nneka, after hearing what her husband said, she began to cry and she said,
"Should I have opened the door so anyone can come in? What if thieves broke in? You know I'm the only one in the house."
And after she finished saying those words, she discovered that Josh wasn't listening to what she was saying and he had already fallen asleep. And then Nneka went to bed with tears on her face. A marriage that was once sweet has turned bitter in the space of 6 years. However, his actions that night wasn't normal because he was under the influence of the drink he took before getting home that night. The next day was Saturday. Josh told his wife that he's going to the village to see his mother in a village not too far from Jaye City. His wife was surprised to see his husband eat her food after many days, and it was like a miracle to her, and it made her day a joyous one. Josh told his wife Nneka his mother wanted to see him in the village and it was urgent. And Nneka asked her husband,
"Did she tell you what the matter is?"
"No, she did not. She only told me to come today so that we can discuss about it."
Well, let's hope it's nothing to be worried about.
Well, I hope so too. When Josh left, Nneka was surprised of how Josh communicated with her in a lovely way, and she hoped it would last longer. When Josh got to his mother's village, his uncle's grandchildren ran after his car, greeting him and welcoming him back home. And when he saw his mother, he felt a great relief and joy in his heart to see his mother in good shape. And Josh greeted his mother, "Good morning, Mama. I see you are in good shape, like in your 20s.
You have started with this your joke again, my son."
"I'm just saying what I see, Mama."
"Well, how is Jaye City and your wife?"
"My wife is fine, oh, but the goodness of Jaye City lies in the hands of the government, Mama."
"Well, I'm glad your wife is okay. So what measures have you been taking concerning giving me a grandchild?"
When Josh's mother asked about the measures Josh was taking to give her a grandchild, he got angry and said, "Hope this is not the reason you have called me home, Mama, because I have other things to do than to discuss that right now."
"Calm yourself down, my son. I only asked you a question that needed an answer."
"Well, Mama, things are not going well with me and my wife. I think she is not capable of bearing a child.
Have you visited a doctor to confirm that for you, or a spiritual father?
Mama, what can a doctor confirm again? It is now 6 years, Mama. 6 years, and she can't give me a child. What confirmation did a doctor need again?
Well, I think you should see a pastor.
Please, Mama, what is the reason you called me home?
About that. Do you remember Mama Nkeshi's daughter, Amara?
I don't remember any Nkechi, Mama. You know, it has been long I came home. So what about her?
Her mother is very poor and they have no father to take care of them. So I and her mother discussed and we came up with the idea for her to work at your place as a house help. Then you pay her so that she can assist her mother and her brothers.
Mama, you know now is not the time for me to take in a maid or house help, however you called it.
Please, my son, just do it because of her mother, eh? She is a very poor woman.
Okay, Mama, I have heard you. The reason why Josh's mother wanted to see him urgently is because she needed him to hire a house help that would assist him and his wife at home. Because the house help she wanted to give the job to, her mother is very poor and she can't take care of their little ones alone. So the money she would make from working in Josh's house, she will use part of it to assist her mother and her siblings in the village. However, only for things to go differently. When Josh saw Amara at first glance, he was taken away by her attractive looks. Amara, a girl with attractive shape, whenever she passes by any man, the man wouldn't dare not to stare. Wherever she goes, she draws attentions towards herself. And she said,
Good evening, sir. My name is Amara. I will be glad if you take me as a house help. I have looked for job in different places in the village, but there seems to be none available.
Yes. My mother told me about you already, but don't worry, I will give you the job, so be prepared, for I will be returning back to Jaye City in 2 days' time. And so, Josh spent 3 days in his hometown to learn more about Amara, the young woman that wanted to become his house help. And on the 3rd day, he returned back to Jaye City. When Nneka, his wife, saw both of them, she was confused to see her husband with another woman, and at that moment, different thoughts was going through her mind. Her husband took their new house help inside their house and told his wife about her. He said, Nneka, this is our new house help, Amara. She will be doing the cooking and cleaning in the house from now on, so that you don't stress yourself on many house chores. And Nneka, his wife, said,
But you didn't tell me about any maid or house help.
Yes, it's because I didn't know myself. It was when I got to the village, my mother told me about it.
So you mean this is the urgent matter your mother wanted to talk to you about?
And as both Nneka and her husband was discussing, Amara, the new house help, took a step backwards and started feeling somehow like sadness within her, as she saw that Josh's wife doesn't seem to like the idea of a house help in their house. And then Nneka said to Amara,
Where are you from?
And Amara answered,
I'm from the same village uncle came from.
And Nneka said to her with deep tone,
He is not your uncle. He is your oga, okay?
Sorry, madam, Amara said. And from that day, Amara became their house help. And so one morning, Amara served Josh and his wife breakfast. And when Josh tasted the food of the house help, he was amazed and surprised at the same time. And he said to her, So you can cook like this? Wow, what an incredible cooking skills you have. And that was the first compliment she got from Josh. While Nneka was frowning her face and pretending like the food isn't good enough. Nneka owns a flower shop and one of the best in Jaye City. And since her husband is wealthy, most of his rich friends patronizes her. And so that morning, one of Josh's friend's wife came to buy flowers at Nneka's shop. And when the woman asked Nneka about her husband, she said,
I don't know. How can a married man bring a maid from the village as house help? Your husband did what? Why? He said his mother asked him to. Really? So his mother can control him like that, even though he's married? My dear, I don't even know what to say again. And if I challenge him, he will get mad at me. You better be watchful because all these village women can't be trusted. Well, I will see what I can do about it.
In the evening, Amara was cleaning the bedroom of Josh and Nneka when Nneka came in unexpectedly without Amara notice. And when she got in, she saw what Amara was wearing and she was shocked and she shouted,
what are you doing here? Who gave you permission to come inside my bedroom? Are you okay?
And Amara said,
Oh, madam, you are back.
and she greeted,
Good evening, ma. I was just cleaning your bedroom, ma, as instructed by Oga. Instead, I should make sure I clean the house very well. It's okay. Please leave and change that thing you are wearing.
Unika was shocked when she saw Amara in her bedroom, and at that moment she remembered the woman that came to buy flowers at her shop, and she began to have different thoughts and was wondering what may happen because of her condition. When Josh came back from work, Amara was sitting in front of their house when he heard horns of the car, and she rushed to open the gate for him. And when Josh was driving inside, he couldn't stop staring at her. In his thoughts, he said, "Wow, God has blessed this one. The man that will marry her will be grateful." And so Amara went on to carry his bag inside the house, and as she was walking, Josh was staring and counting her footsteps, being lost to her beauty.